then take the timing of this. If Ori doesn't feel as confident up against the Viper, you then got Paparazzi. Like, how do you create the space if Ori's not going to have the momentum? For Paparazzi to then be the unstoppable hero.
That's a very good question, Toby. I don't know. That's why I like the Viper pick.
Thanks. And
so the problem they have here is that Vici has no hero they want to put mid. Ursa gets destroyed by Viper. I mean, maybe he's fine for a level or two, but then he gets crushed later. Spectre, unplayable lane. Huskar, unfavorable lane, but playable, at least in the beginning. Yeah. So you gotta put the Huskar mid regardless, and accept that this is gonna be tough. And I think a lot of the pressure in this game is actually on the Ursa to do well in lane, get a dagger, and make fights. If they do manage to do that, the one thing Secret will be struggling with in this game is if they don't end the game, no matter how good this Viper pick is, if they can't transition it into ending the game, eventually Spectre wins Dota.
Yeah.
At least in this game.
Eventually.
Spectre will win late game.
Yeah. But getting there is going to be the real test. And looking forward to it, Team Secret. They need a win. They need something to keep them out of this bottom part and to drag Vici Gaming back down with them, because then they'll both end with 4-6 at the end of this round. It is a 1-1 result, being a very tight at the bottom of the group. But lanes come out. No surprise. Father going towards the off lane. He's going to be teamed up with Yapstor. He's to be the bottom lane. Tiny, and then mid one and Puppy teaming up together in the mid. They'll be going up against VG Gaming, who have 1 and 11 down the bottom lane. So it's going to be us, Warrior, and Shaman teaming up together. Ori will be going in towards the mid. Early Bracer. Him to try and just tank through the lane. And on the top, Paparazzi will be taking the spec, and Fenrir along with him as the silencer. I really feel like the lane to watch out for right now is mid, because I'm curious how it goes. It's intuitively for me, this is a bad lane for Huskar, and he will struggle. But I don't know when it happens and how bad it is. So I'm definitely looking out for that one. And then, of course, whatever lane Ursa's in, if he does get the matchup against Mirana, he will be against the Tiny rather, he will be very happy. So I think Secret will try to avoid this exact matchup. And Ace is currently swapping over. Loving how aggressive both Lanham as well as 11 are being. Like, we're happy to invade all the way into your jungle. And now it becomes a mind game. Wait, do you think they swapped or not? How do they actually play it? Because, yeah, they're kind of in limbo. Ace is finally coming up towards the top. The arrow will dodge it, and Lanham can just grab the rune. And actually, yep, he does exactly that. So that's 3 bounties. Only other one to be grabbed by Team Secret was Yapstor up on the top lane. Small victories. And they're walking Ursa across. So at this point, Tiny is committed to being in the top lane. He's already walked all the way up here and is blocking the wave. Yep. And Ursa will be connecting up. So it's the first TP out. Each game and get the lanes they want. If Secret swap around with TPs, they will follow them. This is already a good start for them. It's very important for Vici that this happens. But then you look towards probably mid one a little bit harder against Ori to have a good advantage early on. And Ori didn't even go for the burning spear. Blood level 1. So Lance kind of actually dying. Did he just walk into Puppy? Blob him, and Lamb got the distance. 14 HP, Ignite still on cooldown for the moment. Puppy won't get too hard. We're going to fortify up just to balance out the lane. Same for the Radiant type. That's more of the mid battle going on. And Lanham stays in the trees, goes to one more shock. Puppy doesn't actually hit him with the Ignite. I don't think he can catch up the rest of the way, however. He's seeking home. Because Fenrir is now on the bottom lane. I just suicide for the camera to be out. I think that's a fairly big mistake from Lanham, actually. He can't just die by doing this. Actually, I think Fenrir is going to choose first blood. The Ignite, no! The Spectral Dagger! Puppy can't reach him for the last clubbing. What you saw happen, everything that happened bottom is because John started with boosts, by the way. I think this build is super greedy, and I'm not a fan of it. Even Shaman, who really needs the move speed and benefits a lot from it, nicely deposits these first blood. Yeah. Even Shaman does that. You're playing with 3 tangos, man. You get ignited, you get hit a couple times by the ogre, Mirana hits you a couple times too. You're out of the lane. And it costs. Adam is very low level right now, and has to walk all the way top. What is he even? He's here for the 2-minute rune to check it. For the rune bottom. And it's going to be a regeneration, so nice one for either Ori or mid one to grab. The Viper is just tanking through the burning spears of Ori while up on top lane. Ace,
Teaming together with Yapso, you walk into the tree line and you're kind of in Dark Willow's maze. You can't get back out of Atlanta. Going after mid one, but does minimal damage. In fact, mid one with one more attack. Lanham, tick tick, done. This is just Vici falling apart.
It's not looking good. At least the mid lane for Ori looks pretty good, actually. For now, it's 10 and 7, Viper's 5 and 2. So Oscar has managed to build himself a little advantage. Oh, mid one over.
Yeah, that's what the spear doesn't have life. Coming out.
Solo.
1 point in corrosive stage. 10% distance 9. He just walked in.
Like, okay.
I accept my fate. Can't get anything else. Maybe could have got 1 point of experience before death.
Yeah, the problem is the curve isn't used in his walking, so he feels like dying is better in order to get experience. But man, has he lost this lane? Not that it would be this bad.
Going up, Ace, London's coming in from the side. You've got Hex as well as the East Shock. Ace tosses him away, but the Avalanche, those 4 instances of damage just hit so hard into 11, so they turn their attention towards Lanham. Movement speed is with them. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Butter finds another kill onto Pumperasi.
Yeah, nice setup from Puppy there. They got the Fire Blast into Arrow combination and then Starstorm, and Puppy has gone for a 1-2 build. This is the maximal damage output you can have as Ogre on level 3, skilling like this.
Wasn't this meant to be the lane setup that Vici Gaming wanted?
Yeah, it was. But I think Lanham's itemization has hurt them quite a lot. I'm really not a big fan of starting with boots on any support in this patch.
He's come in and just been a little bit of a nuisance, but beyond this, you look at the CS on the board and Team Secret, 17-14, 17-12, 17-12. Actually, that's the Husker. 7-4. It's the Viper who has a couple of problems. Damn! Ace, problematic. Is there an Ether Shock still on cooldown for now? And Ace is back behind the tower.
Something is really telling me that mid lane should not be going like this. Like,
The Husker has 18-13 to the 8-4.
I really don't think it should be like this. And I know that when Viper hits 6, this gets troublesome for Huskar, because he can get Viper struck, and then he get getting caught in the Nether Toxin, and then his passive doesn't work, so he just doesn't really do much damage. But this early laning from Ori, he must have outplayed him severely to get that big of a CS lead and so many denies.
Going for another kill on Defender on the bottom lane side, so plus boost for him. He's going to go to leap NTP away, so I'm really 100% survive damage while up on the top lane. Lanham runs into those tree line. Ace just goes straight past. So does Yapso. Lanham just with the moves, he'll stick charge and then TP out. Anyone got something? No one's got nothing.
That was execute. That was really good.
What's 11? Oh, that's going to be for the bounties. The clap to try and slow down Yapso so that he can still go for the run. And denies.
Well, that's still half a pounder in a way, because he could get it, right? Yeah. So even if he doesn't get it himself, that was still a good play from him.
Fenrir is rotating towards mid. He's going to try and go for this kill on mid 1. That's why Ori, he doesn't actually have the life break. He went for a 2-3-1 build. So he can't just jump towards mid 1.
Yeah, that's pretty uncharacteristic, I think, for Huskar to not skill balls.
Well, they're going again up on top. 11 in way too deep. He has no support near him because Lanham is down towards the mid lane. They're trying to go after mid 1, but Fenrir revealed his position and the Observer Ward because he cursed from range inside the trees exactly on mid 1.
I don't quite know what 11 is doing in this game.
He's tipping Ace for a good play.
Oh, well played. Well, he's getting owned, so maybe he's being genuine. It's like,
No, I died to skill.
Because if these two side lanes were not going this bad, I thought this mid lane would be really hard, and, oh well, would at least not be Ori favored, but it is still. He's been great, so that's good. But if their side lanes are going so okay...
After 11, the Cursed Crown is going to connect as well. And Ace with the Avalanche, he doesn't have toss, not enough mana for it, so he couldn't finish the job. 11 trying to turn around quickly. Does some heavy damage in towards Ace. Lang can't run through, but there's ramble everywhere. There. And on bottom lane, it's part of the fight Fenrir.
There's no more sense in this game. Like, he's actually just really shut down. It's so strange, because this mid lane should not be going like this, and these side lanes should not be going like this. Like, everything is like,
Oh, yeah, so
upside down.
it needs Bramble. Trigger.
Barely got mine.
Space creation.
It's fine.
And Lanham. No, he's not fine. Lanham.
Oh, shock.
I thought you were Connery. You sound like Connery.
Thank you. I have heard that many women find that character attractive, or that person rather. So
He is a character.
that is a compliment.
Fenrir is able to claim something extra for himself at level 3. Hard day at the office. And Ace will arrive, but Observer and Sentry of VG Gaming see him arrive hiding in the tree line. They will lose their own Observer. Fenrir just planted one on top.
But now we have this really awkward laning situation where Vici have 4 heroes top and 1 guy mid, and there's just an empty lane bottom because nobody wants to go there. Spectre's losing the lane. Ursa got crushed by the Tiny and Willow lane. I think, once again, I know I've talked about this a decent amount already, but the itemization early on with Boots on Shaman, the top lane didn't go well in the beginning, but when they swapped around and rotated, Lanham was too low level simply.
The Bramble's down. Speaking of Lanham, he's got the Curse Crown on him. Tiny can't get the combination off. Now he does with the Avalanche. He actually gets 2 heroes caught. Moonlight Shadow is up, and hello Morana. All that extra farm going to work. 11 doesn't have level 6 yet, so there's no win rate to try to protect himself from all the damage the Team Secret have to offer. Ace this goes dominant. 4 kills for him. And Fada has an arrow off cooldown in 2 seconds time. He just come back in. Leap into Starfall with the top star. Paparazzi. Curse Crown. They're still okay. He has the arrow back up thanks to the 1 charge. But Ace on the run. And with the shackles, Fada has to use the arrow to break it free. Lanham already able to dodge. And Ace shocks on him. So is the last one. He just has to outrun now. Curse comes off cooldown. The Avalanche flies into space. Curse will still connect. But they are away to safety. Team Secret.
Slowly but steadily, the Viper is starting to do better in mid. I would say it's still not looking good for mid 1, but he's coming back, and he honestly he can be a liability in this game with how it went. It's
1.3k net worth behind Ori.
yeah. You got to look toward Ori now if you're reaching gaming to carry the game for a while. He needs to get his armlet. He needs to get into fights with all this magic damage the Radiant team has and the very low physical. He should be able to stay alive very nicely with Berserker's Blood. Unfortunately, he's level 1 right now, so he probably needs some more levels than that. And then join fights, make space. Spectre and Ursa need a lot of time right now.
Are they going to go for yellow arrow? No. They put Observer Wards down behind. They gets clipped by the curse, so goodbye clarity, but he was already full. And they TP around, so Morana will finally hit back down towards bottom lane thanks to that Dire Observer Ward, which has only got another 20 seconds left on it. They'll see Fire's rotating for the 10-minute bounty runes. And 11 just backs off. You know he's just need to try and fight this. They're going to lose both runes on top because Yapsaw and Ace are there. They look to cut through. Actually, they already have. Bramble, toss him in. Yapsaw goes for the kill. Using that ulti, Spirit just cuts through Paparazzi.
Nice play.
Bedlam going. Like, that's how you... Like, how many times do you actually see Bedlam use this aggressive ability so early on? Kind of just makes it possible for Yapsaw.
Yeah. Generally hard for Willow to get into position to use this ability without items, but in this case, very easy.
They're going to try and kill Puppy. That's Nimbus rune. And 11 just needs to close the distance. He's trying to bait Puppy forward.
There you go now. And it's running out.
Oh, Puppy walks down. That'll make it work. And then, no! The arrow! The leaf! He actually didn't enrage, so they're going to kill him off so quickly and then move towards Banner. Banner is just everywhere on this map. Puppy will get the kill thanks to the ignite. I love that as well, because we're going to be talking about numbers most of this part of the stream. Nice.
Well,
Avalanche, no toss, just chipping away at Paparazzi, who just has very little life to work with anyway.
the story of this game right now is that Vici can't make moves, right? Because Ursa and Spectre are very underfarmed, very under-itemized, and Huskar is the guy who's strong, so I think what you do in this situation is you start playing around your Huskar. You bring the fight to him, put the last Serpent or in that mid-tower, start forcing Secret to fight the Huskar.
I'll
Bring him down.
They're smoked up. Fenrir as well slammed together. Fenrir is 12 minutes into this game.
That is actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that. That is the lowest level at minute 12 I think
And
I've
he
seen
hits
this patch.
they're going to find mid one. But then again, who's really found to? They have to bounce up, trap him, hold him with shackles, and they'll be able to get the kill. Hey, he hits level 4.5. Fenrir goes up in the world, but at the same time, Ursa dies. Abundant underneath this tier 2 tower. Barter as well as Puppy, they got a lot of damage, but they look their attention towards the mid lane. Puppy's the first one to come in, so is Dark Willow. This Bramble's going to be really difficult to negotiate. Ori, how does he get back out? This one, the Hex is on Tiny, so there's no instant combination to kill him off, but the physical damage is still more than enough. Yaps all with kills, they chase down Lanham. You've got level 6, because no more abilities, no more mana, no more life.
Ori can't fight with the skill there. I'm very surprised by a lot of things that are happening in this game.
He went 3-4-1.
If you have 1 point per Circus Block, your magic resistance is like negligible right now in these fights. It's like you get 20% when it's maxed. That's a cloak and a bit. You're still gonna die. And I know you're playing against another Toxin, but you have to play to the chance that you find a fight where Viper's dead or that Viper isn't in.
Yeah.
Else you're just not a Huskar. He's actually just not a Huskar right
Is
now.
Yapsol, like, Mr. Level 9 Dark Willow trying to solo the level 9 spec? Which is almost possible. The Spectre is actually going for a blade mail.
Secret's so far ahead.
Yeah.
My god. This is crazy.
They are 7,000 gold in front, 13 minutes in, and it's climbing.
Yeah. We're in the territory where Secret needs to mess up a decent amount to
You have a
get Vici back in the game.
7-0-3 Marana KDA. And now they're going to find another target. Well, maybe a little bit more. Leap in. Arrow into Starfall. That's all the extra damage they require. And I like how he even waits to get the kill with Starfall. The Golden Ram Farter, he got busy, takes the kill. 8 in a row now.
It's going to push out them to wave as well, and probably look to... I'm imagining Secret want to rotate top and take this tier 2 tower. There's nothing stopping them right now from just taking more and more and grabbing more advantage on the map. As I said, this kind of lead minute 14 and what heroes are up against is extremely one-sided. And Vici Gaming, they've got to get down to level 6, man. Like, he needs 6, and then they need to find a team fight where Huskar and Ursa are hitting stuff while it's global.
I don't think Huskar can hit anything because of the horrendous start they've had. Maybe they can get Ace on top lane, but no, actually they can't. Because of the terrible start they've had, Yapsor is so close to completing up the Spirit Vessel, and once this is here, Huskar can just do very little.
He can always jump in and global. That will always be a play for them for a while, at least. That will be a play.
Oh, Puppy. Oh, hang on. That's out of range. Light Blast. I was going to walk out of it. The arrow is
spawning. It looks like Secret have everything on lock.
Yep. Absol's got the bottom, and you've got Ace on top duty. And you've got Farter still looking for that you got him. Arrow, make sure there's no global stars, and actually you don't even have any. Farter, 9-0-3 on this Marana. Just about, in fact, has completed up Malcolm. 13 minutes into the game, Tiny has his blink tag, so they got initiation, they got mixed damage. It didn't even matter that mid one had a bad start. He's almost on the same net worth as Yapsor.
To be completely blunt, he's barely needed to play the game. Actually, barely needed.
That's not where he wanted to come. The global stance comes out, and maybe with the spectral horn they can find something here. The shackles line will end up surviving through this corrosive skin. Makes it a little bit more challenging for him to do so. There's one more spread up. Acolyte is playing lost in. They go after 11. Ursa enraged up, hits into Puppy, but he can't finish the job. And the arrow connects onto Paparazzi, but it doesn't stop Ori from jumping into the fight harder. What are you doing? He's underneath the wands. He wants to get a starfall off. He wanted something. Lanham is still alive.
Oh boy, that was not. Yeah, whoops. That's what I was thinking too. That was not the play. He leaped next to the Mass Serpent wards and got hexed, and then shackled. Ouch. That hurts. That's a little bit of a big swing. It sounds got the kill, so he got boots and does attack. Okay, fine. He brought blades. Okay, interesting. He's gonna go face boots and stomps or not.
Wait, he took treads in his quick play.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm probably tuning it to phase soon. But that was what they needed, right, Vici Gaming? They needed a fight where they were fighting around Huskar, they got the global off, they got the haunt off, and they got the serpent wards off. And Secret made a mistake. Like, all of those things combined made this fight possible.
And now money starts to arrive, items start to arrive.
So we're gonna see it here.
So Lanham goes in, you're like, oh god, he just balled this up, but then gets the wards Paparazzi right so quickly, and they could just isolate mid one from the fight. Never got Nether Toxin off.
And Secret could cut the fight there if they wanted, but
Coming back live as Paparazzi is currently haunting Ori. Right behind with Moonlight Shadow. It's on the Fireblock. It's on Fireblock. Now it doesn't back over again. Come down. They tossed him out of it, however. The Husk can stand for a little bit longer, but Henrik can't do much more. With no global silence, this just begins to run. No more lead charges for Father, so we cannot get up the silencer. There's still a kill to move that into a push up to the tier 2 tower.
It's the biggest hero on Vici Gaming's side, and they, like you said, just power to it. Nice move from Secret. Simple stuff just works, and they grab this tower. And I think the next move for Secret is probably to get the mid tier 2 whenever they can. Roshan is not really an easy task for their lineup, and that's like, an area where they can throw away a big mistake. So, or throw away a big lead, rather. Can make a big mistake. They're better off just playing the safe and riding their advantage. Not by going back to farming, but by picking the safer fights that, if they fail, ruin the game less for them. Because they technically can kill Roshan. It just takes so damn long that it becomes obvious, and who knows what happens in the pit.
They're just getting good information. That Berserker Ward is now seen both Shum as well as the silence. So long range arrow and catch! 120!
Oh, he caught it.
He did. There was literally no follow there. They're still staring down the Husker, who does have a decent amount of life. That's 1900 HP they have to get through.
Well,
with armor turned off.
Yeah.
And they're getting more space for paparazzi. He's got the blade, potentially literal hold this as well. So now you've got both Ursa as well as Spectre farming on the side lanes, uncontested. And Team Secret have 4 heroes, make up 5 heroes trying to push this mid lane.
This is taking a bit longer than it should. Secret. I think their pick 2 has a sense.
Looking for another lockdown, and they want to make sure this Viper is nothing, and Viper is absolutely nothing better. Good hit the Terror, forcing the G Gaming down, willingly run away. But did jump in, the team almost killed themselves, but 11 need to jump. 3 seconds broken to it, and no, May, I think May is the jump first. His blood was on cooldown first, and now Vici Gaming now lose 4. It looks no, he's one trapped! He actually one trapped inside of his own team's it can't be any worse than this, my lord!
That's what happened. It's like, where's Huskar?
Not like this!
So they ward trapped the Viper, and he used Life Break on the Viper into the wards. So he was stuck in there the whole fight. Did he have TP ready? He could have TP'd next to his tower and then run down afterwards. He was literally just stuck the whole fight. He couldn't move. Because that, so look at this opening. This doesn't look that bad for the Dire, right? So they get the Hex.
So he life breaks into the Mass Serpent wards. He does exactly that, and then actually pushes the Viper out almost. And then, yeah, he's trapped. He's not involved in any of this. And his teammates can't help him get out of this. Now.
They could be like, okay guys, we butchered that. That's not good. And now they run in.
And they lose 11 and land him almost instantly.
Just giving bonus kills while
it's just communication. Like, Husker just orient to scream out, guys, stop!
Dude, that's what Husker just did. He just bought phase boosts. He's like, land him. I've had enough. So, if you guys aren't gonna listen to me when I say back, I'll solve it myself. I'll get phase boost.
Oh, that's so painful.
I think that's right. That was so strange. It looked like full-on panic. And can you imagine the game where Husker gets to fight after the first jump?
Yeah.
That could have actually worked out really well, but that was such a big loss for them. Wow. They lost 4 heroes, which could have been 1. Remember, they could have called the fight, but like, okay, Husker can't join us, back off. Take the trade of Spectre for Viper. It's not great, but it's okay. Instead, they lost 4 heroes, they lost a tower, and they lost Roche.
I just like
so
how
this is big stuff.
It's just such a crazy thing. Vici Gaming, they start the fight the way they wanted. The last couple of times, it's always the Viper to die. They focus him down, and that's when you're actually seeing the Shaman kind of doing the job, the exact job he's looking to do. But that's just not. And now they're jumping in. Spectre wants a battle, so Spectre can come into this fight whenever he wants. He wants to push the bottom lane, however. But with Bedlam up, Ori as well as Lanham forced to the front lines to just get rid of the creep wave. And a nice big curse. slow them down. They'll fortify quickly.
Like all the time they can for paparazzi right now. And this stage is actually not that easy. They can get ward trapped, global is online, and all the spells are back.
Look how scared paparazzi is too. The TP's coming in. It's tiny. He needs to jump, and there it is. Toss, avalanche. He can spectral launch quickly and then potentially jump on top. But he also dagger, leap, and arrow. No, and then TP away. A good escape, and they hold on to their tier 3 tower on top.
So much time with that play. Pretty much half the ages.
Oh, they're smoking the fire.
They get back there.
They're actually smoking the fire. Moonlight is a bullet for the moment. They want to come out, and 11 will find a target.
There's no Huskar with them. He's going to try and when this fight breaks up. He's from the beginning.
Okay. 4 heroes right on top of each other.
10-second PK.
They're walking into a...
Oh, they walk away. Imagine they stay there.
They still don't have Husker. They still don't have him. Underneath tier 2 town, now the arrow comes forward. Only. Because crown over paparazzi. Arrow goes forward. The avalanche toss. Ace in the right lines. Massive Morts are in the middle. They are fine. Have 11 able to enrage up and get the buy back out from the shaman. The need is disabled. Team Secret, they disengage while they just change targets. Shaman, you just came back to this fight. A full dieback plan. I don't know.
Ulrich just TP'd in his tier 3 tower or something and started running all like this next to them to shrine. The Huskar never joined the fight. He had to run so far to connect to them. Landon by back, runs down, runs in, uses Shackle and Viper. None of his teammates are nearby. Like, what is actually going on in their team communication in this game? This is like, they're just completely disconnected from each other. That was...
They look connected in game.
This is not normal Vici Gaming execution that we're seeing right here.
Yeah. What happened to the VG Gaming that started today? What was the VG Gaming that actually won game 1 against Team Secret? Was it really just like, hey, our draft was just a little bit stronger and Team Secret couldn't find the answer to it?
I don't know, I'm honestly very surprised. This looks so... For a team that's on the up today with a 4-1, this looks really, really disconnected and just poorly executed. I was expecting them to maybe have a hard time because of their early laning stage, but they actually were looking to have signs of life. This miscommunication between the Huskar and the team and
they're jumping mid.
Everything just it hurts them real bad.
Paparazzi has friends nearby with the Moonlight Shadow. All Paparazzi can do is just move off the farm tree he can. The waves are pushing in.
Oh, Paparazzi's playing Hood. Interesting. It's a late Hood. He has played Mel and was working on a Manta, but probably feels like it's going to be too little too late, so we'll get a smaller item.
They stopped Sagas for a while.
Yeah. This push is really hard to hold now, because now see, we have double damage on Marana.
Arrow. 5 seconds on ladder. Stay. Stay.
They've got nothing more than the tower, though. They're
It allows them to take the shrines and remove this out of position to VG. So there's no way that they could ever try and contest Roshan. It was a double damage rune on Fada, so maybe they did want a little bit more than this.
They show a lot of respect to what VG Gaming can do defensively, but
VG's coming out. They're smoked up heavily.
Huskar BKB.
Oh, they see Puppy. They do
That's actually really good.
not see Puppy. They're running across the river and up towards the Ancients. And the Radiant Scan, they feel like something is coming. Remember, Spectral Haunt is up and available. And they'll run down. Okay, they see Fada. He leaps into the Hex Fada got the BKB off! Into the sound! Oh, okay, there is global silence. They can control him on that front, but it's underneath the shrine. The VG Gaming try and fight this one. The ward trap is good. It's over on Puppy, but mid one, he'll break his Aegis the Immortal. Ace is waiting for the jump in. He's just sitting in the river, and now here it comes. Avalanche, he actually pops on too. And you can say goodbye to the Spectre, but the chase is on. Huskar wants to fight. They break him out because he's in the net toxin. And Yapzor is the one to get the mega kill streak. Of course, it's Yapzor. Spectre take the regeneration. Has to get rid of the Observe Ward first. Blackbird jumps forward. They were chasing down Henry, but now with the Avalanche toss, Lanham is gone. And well, Paparazzi goes back in again. Tries to use the blade to get something back. And he did get mid one. But it's the consolation prize. It's the box of chocolates. It's the Wheel of Fortune board game.
And it's all about the era of the fight, right? They get in with the smoke, but not to react fast enough because the BKB off. They're fighting under the shrine, like you said. It's just a really bad spot fighting into an Aegis there, which is about to expire, by the way. They chose this fight. They ran into them while Ages was up in one of the absolute worst spots on the map to fight in, and they did not get the jump. And still, that fight actually looked somewhat competitive. Imagine this in a better position for Vici Gaming, even with a 15k deficit. This could have worked, but they're making it. I feel like they're making some decisions that makes it very, very difficult for themselves. Fighting in that specific area.
We get to see it
So
again.
they walk in, and they pop up.
It's already triggered. Father just walks off, and he was the one being initiated on from the very start.
The guy that watched up is an ogre, who they do kill. That's nice, but
Yeah, he already did everything he wanted to do. Like, he ignited multicast, he got his stuns off, and he bought some space for mid-one just to sit front step on the hill, reposition, and Husker is by himself. Paparazzi can't even stand in this. Like, he's standing inside the nether toxin. They're coming back to the wall of the light, and that's when they jump in. Ace gets initiation. Ori instantly leads to London, almost catching another arrow, but they lead forward far to look at that attack speed and the repositioning. Henry hunted down like a dog.
that was 30 seconds on these two. Still can't. I don't know if they get a lane Rex here still.
They have catapult with them.
There's Glyph. Tiny's definitely dealing good damage with Bloodlust as well.
But defensive wards.
I think he has to save them from the fight.
Yeah, he does. And he's the shock stuff. He's so scared to go in range. The blue deck from Ace and just get the rest of them. Go for the combination.
Yeah, get them out.
Ace looking into the back line. Dark Willow's already on the run. And they are getting a lot of damage. Poppy, he's run very, very quickly. Turn around, going for some nature, terrorize. Blade Metal is up for Paparazzi. Oh boy, you actually almost had him kill himself. The Absol was doing it. That was the bedlam that was about to murder itself. Ori, oh, this is his time to clean up. He needs the vision, however. They're under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. Team Secret TP out. Now we're having another fight where the only person to really die is Puppy.
And a couple of G game heroes.
They got the range racks.
And
Wasn't the melee.
So what's happening in this fight is that they stress about their racks falling, obviously, as they should. They should be defending this. So they haunt and they jump in with the Ursa, but Shadow Chalman was never in range for that fight, so he didn't get the Serpent Wards off. This was a really long team fight without my Serpent Wards, and the moment Huskar spawns, can TP in and join the fight's already over, because he had 5 or 10 seconds on his respawn. It's a really awkward moment, because you don't really want to start that fight while Huskar's dead, but if you wait a little bit longer, you could have lost the melee racks too.
It's almost that moment too when you wish you had something like a Glimmer Cape, or at least like a Shadow Amulet. He has the money for it, but he's going for an Ether Lens on Lanham to just get the range for the Hex.
Yeah,
But
it's a really good item.
Some level of opposition pressure is just not there. Fenrir as well as Lanham are so intimidated by the initiation that if they don't have raindrops, they feel like they're just going to instantly die.
I definitely think Lens is the right item on Charm in this game. He needs the cast range. It's super big. If he gets level 15 and the Lens, you basically get, what's that, 375 cast range? It's a world of difference. It makes it super easy to get Hex. It makes it super easy to get the Ward Trap off, and that has a huge impact on these fights. And he's kind of free to cast the spells during global, so...
Yeah, so checks at just the right time. So they go in for Roshan. Barter completes full MKP. So he's getting more, and he's maybe grouping up, but they want to try and contest something, but they are way too late. Roshan's already dead. They'll walk into middle, and now, well, if we go with Vici Game's normal thing, they don't back off from this, they just go in for a fight. But it looks like they're going to back off.
Yeah, that Mantis on Paparazzi could be big in this coming fight. He didn't finish the bit earlier that we were looking at. He still continued his path toward the Manta. If he gets his next item on the Spectre, this is still possible. It's kind of similar to the EG game that we watched earlier against LGD, where we were saying that it's possible. It's really hard, but it's possible. All this takes is a really bad fight from Team Secret, where Paparazzi has maybe a defusal here, or even with the items that they have. I still feel like the execution of the fight has just not been very good, and if they do everything correctly, even with this 25k disadvantage, it is still a possible fight to take. But it's definitely getting harder and harder. Secret keep mounting this advantage, and they are looking to probably go and siege mid, or just go for the melee spawn first. We'll see.
Just push in the mid and bounce Miranda in through bottom. That's maybe even enough to get the racks.
Vici has really good vision for a team that's getting crushed. Like, they have 3 good defensive wards out.
Those sentry wards that they planted during the bottom fight. But you're right, the obs
Yeah,
position
they have
is really
they
nice.
have really good ops. Secret, do they have a gem to buy? I think they do. They have a huge advantage.
No
and they
gem in inventory.
don't have a
They
gem.
definitely haven't bought one this game.
That's a bit surprising. Like, look at Puppy, how rich he is
yeah.
on this ogre. He has.
He's been going 90 gold per minute. Oh, they found an opening. Jumping forward. The arrow is right on target. Lanham has to move forward. He has to use the cheese. And now Global Silence is out with the massive left Mords. It's in a good position. Aegis and Cheese both gone. Ori wants to fight. The Moonlight Step is not expecting for the Hex hits onto the Marauder. They got another big curse off. They've lost Oscar. There's no way to move forward. They're using paparazzi's clones through the med star to try and survive and toss him. And a double kill for Ace. Hits the money shot. Lam and paparazzi gone and dusted.
That was a really good attempt, but again, the advantage is so extreme. He just cheats on 30k gold, and they got them pretty low. And they got it. They could, but this is going to be the hard one to hold.
Curse Crown 11. He was actually running towards Fenrir saying, please hug me. I'm cursed. This mid-Rax is going down quickly. I don't know what this Spectre buyback can really achieve apart from delaying the Tier 4 towers. They need to wait another 12 seconds before they can fight. They actually need the Shaman's disable in order to fight.
They're okay with starting with Huskar, I think.
Oh, Huskar's up. He's running in, and Ace does it instead. 11! Where was he? He just got deleted again. Ori wants another jump. It's a good curse. They're all slowed up, but Ace just turns around. Tossed off back off corner, and they just silver edge him up. Not off any kind of control. And GG, well played. Team Secret will get a draw in the series after losing Game 1 to VG Gaming. And this keeps both of these teams on the bottom part of the bracket, rubbing shoulders with Nubi.
Still, it's a really important win for Secret, this one. If they were to lose this game, they would have been in a tough spot. It's still early to call because there's many games to be played, but I think with this win, Team Secret keep their hopes alive of maybe bringing it back and getting into the winner bracket. It is still possible with 6 losses. I believe now they're currently 4-6, right?
Yeah, they're actually, Nubi actually got a victory as well against Team Serenity. So if they actually 2-0, then you have Team